right, guys, you're almost done. You've got 2 modules left. That's it. I hope you're feeling really accomplished at all the hard work that you've done. Okay, at this point, we've only got 2 left. That's the launch, and then we're going to put it all together. Now, I happen to really love finding a launch, but what is a launch? Let's find out. So, the launch in this context, this is how you're going to introduce or roll out the unit to your students. Okay, it's the hook to lure them in for all of you fishing enthusiasts. So Harvard psychologist Amy Cuddy says trust is more important than competency. Okay, so basically, trust outweighs knowing what you're talking about, right? And that kind of goes back to the whole fact of if students know that you're genuinely interested in them and they can trust you, they're going to work so much better for you, right? It doesn't matter if you know your stuff or not. They're still going to work better for you. Basically, our brains are hardwired to trust or not trust someone based on their facial features within 30 seconds. That's it, 30 seconds. So your launch works the exact same way. Your students are going to make a decision within 30 seconds of watching your launch if this is something worth their time, worth their energy, worth their effort, or not. So luckily, at least in my school, in my classroom, we teach that first impressions aren't always right, but it's really hard to get away from that, right? So here's what you need to do in this module. You need to get into the mind of your students, find something that's really going to get them interested or involved in the unit concepts. Okay, I normally like to go for like a shock and awe factor, but again, that kind of leads itself really easily, like really well to science. My backup is to go with something that the students can relate to. So for instance, in a physics unit, I showed a kid riding on a skateboard. And of course, he fell down. So that was like, they loved that. It was funny. So when you're looking for your launch, guys, YouTube is your friend. Okay? There's literally a video on everything. All right? So have a look. Let us know what you chose. Here, for my space unit, is what I chose. I'm going for shock and awe. This is a video on YouTube. And basically it's like 5 scary facts about space. And of course, number 2 is shown, meteors can strike without warning, but it also talks about how space is littered with dead corpses. I'm not going to go any further. I'm going to leave that as a teaser if you want to go watch it. But again, it talks about 5 scary facts that have to do with space. I try and keep my videos, my launches, to about 5 minutes. Okay, it's sometimes that doesn't always work, but that's kind of what I want to do because I don't want to give them too much information to start with. So I want to give them a little teaser. But don't hesitate to do an activity to get your students invested in this new unit. Okay, and just an FYI, even halfway through the unit, my students are still talking about this very launch video because at this point I've already introduced this unit into class, okay, and they're still talking about the dead corpses floating around in space. So it did its job. They are super duper interested. All right. Okay, this module was really short, sweet, to the point. So here's what you need to do. You need to figure out a way to get your students literally like genuinely excited about the unit. Pick one thing. That's it. This isn't an A/B tester. Unless you have, multiple classes and you just want to try first block gets this video, second block gets this one, and then the rest of the day you kind of see what's going on. Guess you could totally do that. It's up to you. This is your professional judgment, remember? So, how are you going to get them excited? Write it down in your workbook, and then you're ready for your final module. This is so exciting. See you there.